Welcome back, guys. So if this is your first time here, my name's Tim and my channel is like an entrepreneurial channel. Usually it revolves around vending, but today we're not a vending machine video. Today's gonna be a pressure washing recap video inspired by Justin over at Forever Self-Employed. So I'm gonna do a video like his. I got a pressure washing job, so what I'll do is I'll run through it and explain how I got the job, and I'll explain how much I got paid, and I'll explain how long it took. So I hope you guys enjoy this different type of video, and if you do, I'll do more. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Stick around and don't go anywhere. All right, so this job was in Tracy, not far from my house. I bid him at $600 because he asked me to do some shutters in the front, but I was unable to do the shutters. So I just charged him $500 for the pressure washing job. Now this arbor here, was his main concern. He actually wanted me to stain it, but I recommended to just pressure wash the old gunk off of it and it'll make it look new again. I tried to get some after pictures, but the sun was kind of going down and it was really hard to get a shot, but you can get a good view here. So I like to start on the back of the house. That way, if I need to dial in my tips or if there's any problems with it chipping off the paint or possibly chipping off, the stucco there. So I like to check it before, I like to check it in the back, you know what I mean? So basically what I like to do first, like you saw me doing there a minute ago, I get the whole thing kind of soaked first. Typically I'd use like a water hose to do this, soak an area first. If I had a helper, I would have him doing that while I set up the pump. But on this particular job, I was by myself. So I like to do the eaves first, and you can tell up there on the top, those gutters are in pretty bad shape. They're pretty dirty. So, but the pressure washer did its trick and got all that gunk off. I missed a little spot here I couldn't really get to, and I wanted to continue going down the wall, but I want to get this corner good, because what happens is, like, when you come back, and I'm say like towards the end of the day when I'm going to do that side of the house, I'm going to blow some of that dirt back onto the area that I had already cleaned. So I like to make sure I get the corner nice and clean before I proceed too far. On this particular job here, I'm actually using a yellow tip right now at the moment. I think it's a 42 degree or 45 degree tip, possibly. I think the green ones are like a 33 degree tip. Anyhow, so I like to go top to bottom. I start on the eaves. I blow out everything underneath the eaves. And then I like to go across I was having some problems with the tip there. I like I wanted the fan to be a certain way, so I had to readjust it. But as I was saying, I like to start at the gutters or the eaves. I blow out the eaves, then I blow off the gutter. They call them eaves troughs, or the gutters here. Some of you guys don't have those, but in California, those are on every single house. So those are metal. And yes, man, it's a kind of a horrible shot. You can't really see my head there. But yeah, I wanted to get on top of the arbor there, the little overhang deal. But that sucker was pretty wobbly, and I wasn't really feeling it. So I gave him a call and said, I'm going to get it as best as I can, but I can't really, it's going to be hard for me to get the area above the arbor there. Mainly, the only problem that I had getting clean was the gutter area above there. So it's about a 4-foot section that I couldn't get completely perfect, but it looks great. And from the ground, you can't really tell. So you see me here in a minute here. I actually I shake the arbor here. Look at that sucker, so wobbly, so wobbly. So basically, yeah, I was if I had a helper, I might have had him try to go get a piece of plywood, put a plywood over top of that, and stand on it. But frankly, I wasn't really willing to take the risk, considering I was by myself. So I moved the ladder sideways, see if I can just get a little bit closer there, in order to get a little further of a reach, which I was able to. So here you can see when I'm getting to the arbor, you could tell, you can see me pulling off that gray. So a lot of this wood had went gray because it's been super weather damaged. So his main thing was, hey, can you refinish this spa for me, which is like a fiberglass spa. So we're still working out a day to come do that and tackle that project. But as far as the pressure washing goes on this one, I just wanted to, pressure wash off all the gray stuff and make it look like fresh new wood. And I said, after that, either way, I would like to do that prior to staining or painting or doing anything anyways. So I said, why don't we go ahead and do that first step? We'll go ahead and pressure wash the arbor, strip it down to regular wood, and then we can go from there, if you want to restain it. He was super happy with how it turned out. You could tell in some of the areas there in the middle of the screen towards the top where it's a little bit brighter than the rest. So here too, also keep in mind when you are pressure washing a house, you got to really lay off the windows. You don't want to hammer the windows the way that I'm hammering this wood here. You want to go around the windows, give yourself some distance with the pressure, because there's a lot of pressure on this gun, you know. And I'll leave a link below to my pressure washer in the descriptions below. It's a pretty heavy-duty commercial pressure washer. Oh man, look how much better that looks already. It's hard to see with the shadows coming in from the sun. It's kind of a weird angle. It's about midday maybe now, about 10 or 11 o'clock. But it looks so much better. And you get the idea there on the left where I started. And when I'm doing an arbor like this, I like to do it in sections. So in order to not get confused, because basically every piece has different sections, you know, so I like to do it by section by section by section. So I think my camera got really hot right there and actually shut off. So now we're on the far side, which would be the east side of the house. And same here, you know, I'm just kind of soaking it down, getting it nice and soaked. On the ladder here, that big old giant bush, which in most cases I would recommend to the customer to have maybe his landscaper come and cut back some of these bushes prior to me coming and doing the pressure wash. Because really what ends up happening is you're trying to pressure wash and you hit those bushes and the leaves just shred, right? Because as I was saying before, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on those guns. I believe this one's about 3,500 PSI. And it pumps out, I don't know actually, I'll have to take a look at it and give you all the specs. But like I said, I'll leave a link down below if you guys are interested to see what type of pressure washer I actually use. So here, you know, I had to lean the ladder up against the house. I don't typically recommend doing that, especially with a 10-foot A-frame ladder. But that was kind of the only way I was able to get into that section there. I usually have an extension ladder, but I was able to manage this job without it, at least these back sides here. So I was getting towards the end there. There's the red door I was talking about earlier. There was 2 exterior doors that we painted that red burnt orange or rust color, I guess you'd call it. So that was the initial job I got hired to do, was those exterior doors plus some work inside, which I really should have recorded the inside work, but you know, I didn't. So I'm apologize, you guys. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. You know, if you guys really like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up. If I get like 50 or 60 likes on this video, I'll do another one in the future, because this is typically what I do 9 to 5 Monday through Monday because, you know, don't really got days off. But when I'm not doing vending, this is what I'm doing. I'm out here pressure washing to paint. This house, he's trying to sell this house. And like I said, I did some work for him before on the inside of the house. So he hired me to do the outside pressure washing. I'm actually going to repair this gate. The gate behind the ladder here is actually a little, it doesn't want to latch right. So it needs a post to be replaced. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to come back and that'll be a $300 job there. So I'll come back for $300 and we'll replace that. I also highly recommend not standing on a ladder the way that I'm standing on this ladder here. Looks like I got 1 foot on the fence and 1 foot on the ladder. I do not recommend this. This is a little sketchy, but sometimes I take a risk to save some time, which, you know, is probably not the best thing to do, but it's maybe a bad habit that I've acquired over the years. So here's the little final area that I actually caught on film. This is the side part. Now also, same thing with the windows. When going around electrical boxes or any kind of components like this on the outside, just be real careful, be light. So hey guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below and let me know something about, let me know when you cringed the most. Probably when I was standing on the fence there. All right guys, I'll see you in the next video.